Okay, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. If you are watching as a Patreon patron, thank you for your support. If you're watching on YouTube as a subscriber, thank you for your support. If you or anybody in your household has an Amazon Prime account, link it to your Twitch Prime account, and Amazon will gratuitously pay us, and that's just part of the value you get out of Amazon. Easy to do, costs you nothing. Please do it. Instructions are below. We will put your name on the scrolling ticker below that calls you out, shouts you out for supporting us. So thank you for all that. Okay, our question today from Patreon from Keffy Keff. Given the option of early access, what incentives do developers have to publish full-fledged releases that are finished anymore? Seems that early access games have the best of both worlds without the drawbacks. You can charge for games without players expecting them to be finished and polished. Star Citizen earns tens of millions per year without ever being released. Could a strategy like this help games like Cyberpunk? You know, it's a great question. And this is like PUBG. PUBG was in beta for a couple of years, but everybody was playing it, you know, so it was like 3 or 4 years of early access before they finally decided they finished the game. You know, I remember way back when, 2004, World of Warcraft launched with a Metacritic score of like 75. And everybody said it was buggy. And guess what? 3 weeks later, every bug that every, journalist criticized in their reviews was fixed. And that's the nature of kind of an online game, that you can fix everything that's wrong. So yes, I think that you're getting alphas and betas more frequently. They're tweaking games more frequently. Once the game is out, they'll tweak it. So yes, I think your comment is right. So I think that that's a trend you're going to see in free-to-play for sure. But I think that the console guys are getting smarter about betas and alphas and stuff. And what I'm kind of interested in Diablo 2 Resurrected, because it's a fully polished, great game from 2000, and yet they've had 2 alphas so far. And they actually invited me into each, and I didn't realize that one was like 48 hours, one was like 24 hours. So I never bothered to do them. I'm not sure what they're testing, but they're closed alphas, invitation only. You got to be a friend of the developer or whatever. And they're smart, and they're going to test everything. And when that game comes out, it'll be great. But the cool thing about all these games is you can always patch them and you can always fix them. And Cyberpunk actually should have just not come out and should have taken another 6 months. They just weren't ready, because the stuff that was wrong with that game was fixable. But I think the answer is you'll see an evolution on premium games where there will be more polished betas, and early access is one way to do it. The problem with those is like 2 weeks, 3 weeks isn't enough for those games. They need like 6 months. You're going to definitely see free-to-play games that just evolve and keep getting better and better and better. That's Fortnite. It's like all free-to-play games are that way. I think the real interesting thing is, do we get crossover between free-to-play and premium versions? And you're starting to see that. Activision with Call of Duty Mobile and Call of Duty Warzone, there's progression metrics that pick up from premium to those games and vice versa. That's just clever. It's innovative. And what they learn from the free-to-play versions is what people want in the premium version and vice versa. And what ends up happening is they sell more of all of them. It's in everyone's best interest for publishers to make great games. Everybody wins if a publisher makes a great game. It's in everybody's best interest for publishers to give you stuff for free and see how you respond to it. So, yes, I think that we're going to continue to see evolution of early access. I think you're still going to get finished releases every year, but you're going to get games like freaking Skull and Bones. I know it's 5 years in promised. I was promised in 2019. Now it's coming in 2018. Now it's coming in 2022, maybe. So they're going to keep figuring it out until they get it right. CD Projekt's biggest mistake was going public, and that meant they had to hit an earnings number, and because they had to hit an earnings number, they had to put out an unfinished game, and it cost them millions of units of sales. They screwed up. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor today. If you are a Patreon patron or a YouTube subscriber, thank you for your funds, for your support. That's keeping Shane in, macaroni and cheese. He'd like to step it up and have an occasional protein with his macaroni and cheese. So, if you can step up your contribution. He can maybe put some chicken in there occasionally. If you are an Amazon Prime member and you are able to follow the instructions in the show description below, you can link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account, and Amazon miraculously will pay us. So please remember to do that and to resubscribe. We've got a scrolling ticker at the bottom of all the people who have managed to figure that one out. So look for your name down there, and thank you for doing that. If you're watching on YouTube a week late, I understand you either can't afford to do this or you hate me. You don't want Shane to ever be able to eat again. But you must follow me on Twitter, or I'm going to block you on YouTube and you won't be able to see me at Michael Pachter, and tell me that the reason that you're on Twitter following me is because I shamed you into it. I'll give you a shout out. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.